Today's episode is brought to you by Green Chef. Green Chef has got great meals delivered right to your door. Also, today we're brought to you by Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile is here to make your calls so much cheaper. And also today we're brought to you by Monarch Money. Monarch is going to help you keep track of all the things you're trying to do in your life, especially when it comes to the money side of things. Let's jump into this podcast.
Hello, everybody, it's time for Gotham Crendor.
Listen, Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. In 4-hour recording studio. Recording. Wake your ass up, it's the Crendor in the morning.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode of Cox and Crendor in the morning.
I hear down on the farm it's time for a podcast.
That's what they say, Pa. They say it's time for a podcast.
Fire up the antenna. Yeah, put it on your head. Start moving around.
Okay.
You...
Oh, I'm feeling tingles.
Yeah, good. All right, a little to the left.
Okay, there. Moving.
Yep, I'm picking up something.
Okay, do you hear it?
I hear, yeah. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Wow.
It's our favorite show, Cox and Crendor.
Oh, wait, I hate this show.
Oh, damn it.
I forgot.
Well, it's what's going to be on for the next hour, so enjoy it, old man.
Oh, jeez. Speaking of old men,
Yes.
I'd like to bring up another week of Almost Too Old for This.
Okay,
And too old
yeah.
for this, of course.
What would you like to bring up?
Well, first we talked about the W place, and that was cool. There's really nothing else to say about that. That was cool.
Yeah, nothing like too crazy about it. Just fun stuff happening.
But last week you were like, you need to see the Costco bros and the Costco hoe,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so after seeing them, it is the Costco bros do feel like they really are kind of a sellout type of thing, where it's like, yo, we're gonna be trying Ricky's pasta down at Ricky's thing. Do we give it a boom or a doom? Like, yo, this is boom. And I was like, okay,
Yeah, it's not for me, but
yeah,
it's not as egregious as the Costco hoe. I must stress.
Yeah.
The Costco hoe is on the other spectrum of my hatred of internet fads. I was like, no.
yeah. My only complaint from your editing team was we only got like one actual Costco hoe clip, and then the rest of it was just her vlogging in the car. I wanted to see more Costco hoe clips.
You can go look her up. You can do that by yourself.
I know
but
I
also,
can do that, but I wanted to react to them.
But also, to be clear, they're all the same. It's like, get these brand new TVs. They're $5.99. It seems like instead of, hey, we're at Costco, we're eating a chicken bake, it seems more like, I'm gonna get you to buy stuff at Costco. I don't.
Okay, yeah.
There's no difference. They're all the same.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. It's just...
I know. I just got caught up in the fact that I watched way too much of her not crying about a guy. I'm still not sure what happened. Dude,
Yeah, I don't
3
either.
full videos of no answers. I just couldn't. I just don't. Whatever game that is, whatever game she's running, whatever con she's got going on or she's getting views and stuff, I don't like it. Sir, I just don't like it.
Yeah, it's... I really don't like when they do it's like vlogging about the thing, but it's like a fake vlog. It's not like a real down to earth, like, hey guys, like this is me. It's like kind of scripted, which is a lot of YouTube at this point, to be honest. I think it really is showing what YouTube, Twitch, like just creator TikTok culture has become. And
Yes,
it's
for sure.
And I don't mind it in some cases, but I also hate it in other cases.
I hate it in all cases. Like it's the exact same thing as wait to the end and nothing happens. It's like, wait to the end though, it's going to get good. Those videos
Yeah.
can kiss my ass. Like, I have no patience for that. And I have no patience for any of the sort of gimmicky things that people try to get you to do to like stick around. There's a new one, dude. It's on Instagram. It may be elsewhere, but Instagram models, what they'll do, and it could be a video about, dude, it could be about a video about anything. Anything. And they will start the video doing like a little hop, like a little bounce, so their boobs shake for a hot sec at the beginning of the video, and then the video will be like, let me tell you about taxes. You're like, what? It's very clear someone figured out that if you're going to shake some boobage at the beginning of the video, people will watch longer.
I will say, I do believe that there's a lot of things that get ruined by that. For example, like ASMR, like there's a lot of like talented, good ASMR people, and then there's the ones that are just like, today we're going to suck on a popsicle for 50 minutes, right? It's kind of like that.
I guess I am just at the old man. I'm so tired of everyone pretending to be something they're not. I'm just like, be yourself. It's really easy. It's so easy to be a good person and just be yourself. Like, I don't know why we have to play games.
Some people are being themselves, and they're bad people being themselves.
I guess you're right. I guess that's true. Yeah.
Some people should not be themselves. That would be my argument. Plus, it's like, I mean, even back in the day, we had reply girls, right? We had like reply girls showing up in the thing, replying to videos, being like, here's my take. And you knew why they were there. They didn't want to actually give their take.
Sure.
I think you're just trying to see the best and have hope.
Constantly, I'm looking for the best in people. I know, I'm aware. It has always bit me in the ass, but I refuse to see people as bad. Like, I want to believe that the RZA will turn out great. Like, I want to believe he'll be fine, you know? And I'm certain he's doomed, but I want to believe he'll be fine. And that's how I feel about a lot of things, where I'm like, you know what? That people are good. People are inherently good. And then I get screwed and I'm like, well, all right, that person sucked, but everyone else is inherently good. And I just have to whittle it down until it's just me who's like, I'm good, right? Yeah.
It's also like a lot of people are, you got your Game of Thrones, right? Like some people are gray area. Like most people are gray area. There's clearly like very good and very bad people, but even those people have like, good and bad things, even if it's on a small scale. But like, I'd say, most people are decent, right? Like even if they, there's different magnitudes of good and bad that each person has. Like, I don't know, somebody, let's see, like an example might be somebody's just like a decent person. They don't go out of their way to help people, but they're like, but if somebody does need help nearby, like they'll help them. And you're like, okay, they'll do that, but they don't really do anything else. Like that's like on a small scale. Then there's people who are like try to help everybody. Then there's people who are like, I won't help anybody or whatever. Like those stuff. Like you get all.
Well, that's all I want is the bare minimum. I'm not even looking for the helpers. I'm looking for like, yeah, I'm just chill, man. It's all good.
I get it. I understand it. I think we just have. I mean, I also agree. It's just I think we have different viewpoint. You're just more hopeful. I'm more cynical. And I'm just like, yes. Yeah, that's not happening.
I know. I want to know how I could ever change that in you, but I know I can't.
No, yeah, you can't. I think it adds to my humor at times, and it also adds to my anxiety and mental health at times. But
I will say thinking everything's going to work out fine does alleviate a lot of that.
Yes. I think that's probably one of the best aspects of it, especially like over the weeks of learning about just how like thinking positively versus negatively, like if you think positively, it actually lowers pain, it increases health, it increases outcomes, like all this stuff. Because when you think negatively, it's just like you're like, this is going to be bad, this isn't going to go away, this is going to be this, and then that actually amps up things like pain and increases your chance of having more bad experiences, because it's almost like when you keep, it's like your brain is just reiterating that over and over in your head. It's like dwelling on it. And so when you keep doing that and you're like, pain, I feel bad or whatever, then your brain's like, oh yeah, I guess that is what we are. Right? And it's like it just loops over and over. And I think a lot of people get caught up in that. And I know that because I've gotten caught up in that. I would say most people are hardwired to be more negative because it's more of like a safety thing where it's like, well, if I'm negative and I think I have something wrong and then I go to the doctor or I go to here and it is wrong, then I'm like, oh, I was right. And I like help myself instead of being like, no, it's fine.
Soften the blow. Yeah.
Yeah, or you just like encourage action. But the problem is, if you start doing that for literally everything, then it's like it can, overwhelm you and like just cause more harm than good.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I need a little more negativity in my life, because there'll be times where I'm like, you'll be fine. When the world is like burning down around me and I'm like, it'll be all right. It's not too big. This isn't a big deal.
See, this is why we work well together.
Yeah.
We're the negativity and the positivity. Joining forces. Like, have you ever had, I'm curious now. Have you ever had ruminating thoughts?
What do you mean by that?
So, ruminating thoughts is, the internet can probably describe it better than I can. It's a repetitive thinking or dwelling on negative feelings and distress and their causes and consequences. So, for example, you might be like, I have this thing is bad. Like it could be, for example, like a home improvement thing, right? Like maybe you need to get your windows replaced, they're getting bad, you don't have money, and you keep being like, I need to get these windows replaced, like this is gonna be terrible, like I'm gonna lose all my money, I'm not gonna have money, like the window, you do that over and over and over and over.
So I think in this case I'm blessed by the awesome power of ADD, in that I will have a thought, for example, like, oh, I need to fill out this form. And then I will immediately forget it if I don't do it right away. So either I get it done immediately, or I will forget to the point where I'm like, well, I'm screwed. I guess I got to handle this now before I get even more screwed. And that's the reason also why I don't have pets or plants. Or if I have a plant and it's not right in front of my face, I will forget to water it and it will die.
Now,
like if I had a pet, it would have to be like, Jesse, take me out, or I will lose track of time. Like that kind of stuff. Where so if I have something where I'm thinking about it, like if I had to get my windows done for some reason, I would do it immediately and bite the bullet rather than wait and stress. Because I wouldn't wait and stress. I would forget about it completely.
I wouldn't say that's tied into ADD, because I just looked it up and it says,
well, whatever it's tied into, it's something I have.
It says people with ADHD can experience ruminating thoughts. In fact, a lot of times it can make them worse.
Well, I mean, I don't know what I am then. I'm not
ruminating
that.
Thoughts is usually tied more to OCD as well. So, I mean, you could have ADHD and OCD. I think you just don't have OCD, or you at least don't have it about certain things. If
like
you do.
I don't stress stuff like that, because it's one of those, like, I'll immediately think, can I solve this right now? And if I can't, I won't worry about it.
See, that is the normal, healthy response.
I mean, I know it's healthy. I don't know if it's normal. The more people I talk to, the more I'm like,
well,
no one else does this.
It's probably not normal, because, okay, here's my thing. I have had ruminating thoughts since I was probably like 8 years old. Maybe less. Like, I remember I was a kid. I think I've told this story. Maybe I have. I think I've told it somewhere, maybe on stream. And I was like, my parents went out to like dinner somewhere or whatever, and then they were like 20 minutes late coming back. And I remember just staring out the window, and I was like, they're dead. They're dead. Car crash. It's over. They're dead. And then my aunt was just like, what? She's like, he's like really weird. He's just like staring out the window and like freaking out. And I was like, I did that type of thing all the time. And then like I had my health anxiety, which I still have my health anxiety, but it was much worse in high school. I would convince myself I had like numerous diseases, and then you like loop it over and over in your head, and you're just like, yep, I have it. Yep, I have it. Yep, I have it. And you do that nonstop.
I am so curious about your childhood. And so I don't know how to ask this question without it sounding like I'm asking to go deep in your childhood. But what I really am asking is, when you were young, what was the situation? Like, did both your parents work? Did one parent work? Did you come home from school and everyone was kind of there? Like, what was the situation on a day-to-day time spent with family?
My mom stayed at home. She was a stay-at-home mom.
Gotcha.
She worked,
okay.
And then she was a stay-at-home mom, and then as I got older, she went back to work. And so my anxiety, I already know for a fact, stems from genetics and my family.
Okay.
Because my family is also extremely anxious, and I would say not negative, well, maybe kind of negative, to the point where they all drink to numb that.
Gotcha. Sure.
Right? They'll just be like, oh my God, I can't stop thinking about it. I need a drink. Which, like, it does end up, you do end up, like, being, like, leaning more towards, like, you know, substance abuse, I guess, when you're doing that. Because it like calms your nervous system down.
Sure,
it's almost
yes,
like it's
yeah.
overactive. Because when you get into the cycle, for example, the pains I've had with like my hip and my legs or whatever, it's to the point where like there's been days where I'll spend like maybe 80% of the day thinking about it.
Yikes. And I think that would be like if you had like Oxycontin or whatever that stuff's called, or like like a drug where you could become addicted to that, but it would like dull the pain, and so you wouldn't have to think about it. I can understand how that would lead to some bad outcomes.
Oh yeah, I mean, after I had my gallbladder surgery, they gave me like 50 oxycodones or whatever. That shit was insane. I always tell people I was playing Battle for Azeroth, getting Azerite, and like on the auction house, and I was like having a blast. And I was like, dude, that's how you know this was good. This stuff was insane. And like, you really like, I would limit myself to like one a day for like getting better, and it just like, I was like, dude, I can see how people get addicted to this. Like, this is wild. So yeah, but then, you know, I moved on to that, moved off of that, but it's just, you know, that's like the type of thing. That's the rumination. Like, you just sit there and you constantly think about it. And I'll do the other thing where I just like keep touching it, which is another type of thing people like. If I have pain in my hip, I just like keep touching it.
See, I would never do that. I would avoid the pain at all costs. I'd lay in a way that didn't hurt it, but would in some way 2 days later mean I strained some other part of my body trying to do that.
See, that's healthy.
Well, it's interesting to me that I think my dysfunction is so dissimilar from yours, but is still could be the same thing. So a great example is my parents worked when I was a kid. And I know they're going to hate me saying the idea that I kind of raised myself, but they worked till 6 p.m., both of them, every night.
Right.
So I was on my own most of the time during the week. And at night, I'd do homework, and then I'd be in my room, I'd close the door, and I would just hide out in there and, like, play games or whatever. And on weekends, I go to friends' houses. So most of the time, I was not around. And when we went on vacation and stuff, I kind of did my own thing because I didn't want to hang with my parents, and I was like going to arcades and stuff by myself. So I was very self-sufficient. I would leave the house and disappear all day kind of thing.
Right.
So I think you have to have the idea everything's going to be fine in order to pull that off. And because my parents weren't stressed, like, where were you? What's going on? You could have died out there. They didn't care. They're like, oh, you're back? Great. You know? So I never had that overbearing thing happen to me. With that said, however, I do now admit that I will ruminate on some things that seem very stupid. But here's a great example. So this past Friday, I hosted a panel at PAX. Big panel, main stage. Happy to be there. I barely did any work. All I did was ask a few questions, and that was it. But when it ended, a lot of people said, hey, good job. And the only thing I think in the back of my mind was, I could have done better. This is what I would have done better. I would have changed this. I would have said this more eloquently. I would have done this. But like, I have that thing where if I audition for something, if I do voiceover for something, if I make a video, if I do anything, when I put it out, rather than put it out to the world, which you should, and then move on, I will sit there and be like, could have fixed that. Could have changed this. Oh, God, I wonder what the internet says. Do they think I suck at this? Like that kind of thing. Oh, I'll have that frequently.
Yeah, and that makes sense because it's like that like stems from your upbringing. And it's,
for sure. Yeah. It's 100% like a, please tell me I'm good. Yes. I know.
Me growing up was the complete opposite. Again, because my mom, I could literally draw like a stick man that it was like melting, and she'd be like, this is unbelievable. Good job. And so now it makes sense to why I'm just like, yeah, here's this shot. I'll put a Microsoft Paint thing in there and then just, call it a day.
That's amazing, and I love that.
Yeah.
I am the exact opposite, where I do a thing, I give like a speech, do a speech and debate thing, and my mom would be like, "This is what you could have done differently." My dad was like, "Your shirt looked untucked. Let me fix that for you. Let me fix everything you're wearing, actually." And I'm like, yeah. So that's I very much understand. We are on the opposite end of this spectrum, but I think we understand each other very well.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of it. It's we're opposite ends, but we understand.
Yeah. It's the same dysfunction, just completely different spectrum level of it. But yeah, exact same.
Yeah. So it's more of the main thing here. Rumination, terrible. It sucks. People can also ruminate about anything. I mean, you can you can kind of ruminate like that. What you're mentioning right there could be a form of rumination, because you might do something and then be like, I should have done it better. I should have done it better, right? Because you just can't stop thinking about it. Like, that is a form of rumination.
Yeah. I mean, same thing. Thankfully, this podcast is us talking and we keep a conversation going. But if it was just me doing the intro and I slurred my words in the intro and then we stopped, I would then spend the rest of the day thinking about what a terrible intro that was and how I butchered it. But because we have to keep moving, I put it in the back of my mind and I just keep going.
Yeah. No, I would not care.
I know. You'd be like, it was great.
Yeah.
And then I would hear, he didn't like it. He's just saying that because he wants me to keep moving on, and he doesn't really care. He doesn't care like I care. Why do I care so much? What's the matter with me? Yeah, that's what would happen.
Exactly. So yeah, you ruminate. It's just we ruminate about different things. From what I've researched, from like looking into it, one of the best ways to deal with it is you just have to like kind of just trick your brain, or like tell it otherwise. You could be like, oh my God, this thing's gonna happen, and you just have to be like, yeah, it probably will, it might. And you kind of just have to like do that to the point where then your brain's like, oh, okay. Because when you don't, it like cranks up the volume on the thing. So it's like if you keep giving it energy, even if it's good or bad or whatever, then you're feeding into it, and it just makes it worse.
Yeah, I mean, that is exactly what I do. But my doing that was forced on me because, as you're well aware, like 2017, rough year, doctor was like, you could die from stress. So literally, I had to change my entire perception because I like living. So I was like, all right, you mean just be chill about stuff. And thankfully, since then, it's been very, very easy. I realize now that's almost a decade ago, but like, it's very easy for me now. I don't stress about things too much. I don't worry. And if something's bad, right, I just in my head will say, okay, well, this happened. What can we do about it? And if we can't do anything about it, it just happened and it is what it is. And if we can do something about it, let's do something about it now.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I can get through stuff, is I just chunk the problem. And if it's not a problem, then I don't worry about it at all.
Yeah. It's a lot of times that is like the only thing you can do, or like one of the only things that you can do, I guess, because it's like a lot of times just sitting there thinking about it, you're just going to go insane.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like, I always feel bad when people come on a stream or whatever and ask me for advice for something they're doing, because I know my answers are not the universal answer. Like last week, this guy came on stream and was like, hey man, like, what do you do if you think that your significant other is cheating on you? Like, what? And I was like, hey man, here's what I would do. If that person doesn't want to be with you, find someone who does. Like, it's that simple. Like, it really is that simple. Yeah. Like, don't stress someone who doesn't want to be with you. Let them go find their own damn thing. Find what you're looking for. And in the meantime, take care of yourself. Love yourself. And that kind of answer is so canned and bullshit when you think about it, because it's like a self-help book. But, like, it's real.
Because I think a lot of times it is kind of that simple for a lot of people, but other people, it's like, I remember I got a question. Someone was like, Crendor, how do you like stay motivated to keep doing like your YouTube and Twitch and all this stuff? And I was like, well, number one, it's my job. Number two is that I enjoy doing it. Like, there's never been a point where I'm just like, man, I wish I was just doing something else. I hate this or whatever. And I feel like a lot of people kind of get that, where they try to do things that they think they want to do, but they actually don't want to do it. And I think that kind of, like for example, somebody might be like, yo, I really want to read, and then they keep reading, but they like just don't like reading, or they're not reading things that they want to read. Or somebody might be like, I'm gonna try to, play this sport, when they really don't want to play the sport. They want to do something else. It's like sometimes people just lie to themselves.
Yeah. I mean, it's sometimes just easier to do that,
Yeah.
It sucks that that's true, but like sometimes it's easier just to lie to yourself.
Yeah. And I mean, the big thing is a lot of the stuff in life really is just kind of, it is that simple. It's just hard to do. Where it's like,
sure,
when you get the, ruminating thoughts and you're thinking about your health and whatever and your pain, and you're just like, well, just don't do that. And it's like, well, yeah, that would solve the problem, but there's a lot more to it than just like, just don't do it. Like, just don't be depressed.
At least you're not as, like, you were pretty bad there for a while. You had like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to be like, you were in a spot.
Yes.
You're not anymore though.
It's not as bad. It fluctuates, but it used to be constant. Now it's just kind of like it comes and goes. And it's usually dependent on if my stuff is acting up or not. I think that's my thing. Mine is all tied to, am I in some sort of pain or discomfort? And that usually makes my mood much worse.
Yes. However, when that happens, all I can think about, this is the difference. All I can think about is, well, the last few times that you got hurt, you then immediately got hurt again trying to do your normal routine. So here's what I would do. Not do that. In my mind, I'm like, all right, here's how I would fix this problem. And you're like, I went for a long walk, hurt myself again. I'm like, well, why would you do that? That makes no sense. And you're like, because I wanted to. I was getting crazy and stayed at home. And I'm like, yes, well, you could have gotten crazy for one more day instead of hurt.
Yeah. No, it's definitely true. And it's part of that thing. Your brain's like, we need to solve this. We need to get past this. But sometimes it's too much, and you don't need to do that. You just need to wait. Sucks.
Yeah. Well, anything good happened to you that wasn't an earth-shaking revelation of your own sanity?
Let's see. We got brunch this week. That was fun.
It's the little things.
Yeah, that was good. There's a lot. It was packed. We went on Friday. There was like, everybody was there. There was like a sorority girl meet up there. It was just like, 20 girls at a giant table. There's like a bunch of old people meeting up in the corners. Like it was popping off. So that was fun. Let's see. I played WoW. Just honestly, it was pretty chill week. I didn't do anything crazy, obviously. I'm trying not to do anything crazy. That's kind of my thing right now.
That's, again, total opposite. I went to 2 separate conventions over the course of 3 days. Let me tell you, went to PAX for the first time since 2019.
Yep.
It is bigger than I thought it was. Like, I don't remember it being that big. PAX used to be 1 building, then it was 2 building, now it's 3 building. 2-3 building. It's huge. It's massive. And so in order to get your badge, you have to go to 1 building. But in that 1 building, that's the board game section. And then the other building, that's the video game section. And then all the panels are in this other building. So I was running around. Again, let me stress. All the walking and running and elliptical I'm doing, so helpful. Just, you know what? Game changer. If you haven't been to Seattle, lots of hills. So absolute game changer. I was just cruising around. And at a certain point, I realized I'd hit 10,000 steps and was like, I'm going to 15. So I was like, if anyone finds me on the street, I will be gross. Be aware. I'm going to hike up hills right now. It was great. I had a good time. But more importantly, went to a one night for dinner, went out with a bunch of people to a Brazilian steakhouse. Crendor, every lesson we learned from that time you and I went out to one, I took with me. They brought banana things. They brought bread things. They brought beans. And I was like, no. Only meat, please. And they come around with the meat, and they're like, do you want this thing that's mostly bone? I'm like, no. Only the meats. And they'd bring, so I I was doing great. I had sangria and I had meat and life was good. And everyone else is eating like all sorts of weird stuff. I'm like, you fools. You have failed. You have failed the test. They're going to charge you like $80 for this meal. And y'all filled up on salad. You fools.
Yeah,
you fools.
That's always the big mistake. People fill up on the sides.
Yeah. Not me. I was like, oh, is that a bunch of like really high quality like strip or something you got there? 2, please. I was like, I'm not playing this game. Oh, you're going to bring around those little sausages? Pile it on the plate. This is what we're doing. Yeah, loved it. Big fan.
Did you see were you like on the Final Fantasy thing? I saw you taking a picture with that person.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything. I don't know any of them, but it seemed like it was an important thing.
It was the keynote for PAX. So every year at PAX, they have like someone who is big in the gaming world. Like they had Reggie, they've had a bunch of other people, and they just do like a story time. And so for this one, they were like, hey, we would love to have you come and be a like host for this. And since I was already going to be there Friday, thankfully it was Friday. If it was Saturday, I'd be like, sorry, no. But yeah, I was only there for Friday because I had a bunch of like Jesse game dev meetings that I wanted to go to. And then they were like, hey, it's in the morning. If you want to do this, I was like, hell yes, I'd love to do this. So all it was, again, like I was saying earlier, I just asked some questions and made some comments and tried to crack a few jokes. But it was 99% of Yoshida, the director and producer of Final Fantasy 14 and 16 and a few other things. It was his thing. And so I was like, I'm going to get this guy to talk, and then I'm going to shut up and listen. And so, yeah, that was super fun. And, I also was dreadfully afraid that I would screw up in some way and or just be boring and or someone on the internet would say I'm like a big fat loser. You know, like one of those, usual comments online.
Inevitable.
And so I was like, all right. But everyone's been very, very nice, and everyone said it was great. But that only makes me, like I was saying earlier, be like, it was bad. The more people that say it's good, I'm like, nah, that sucked. They're just being nice. So, but no, that was fun, and that was sort of the big thing I did there. But everything else was sort of, I went to meetings and schmooze with people, trying to get them to, like, work with us on things.
That's pretty good. And we I was talking to Sinvicta. He wanted to play Heroes of the Storm again.
Holy crap.
So,
can you even play that game?
Yeah, apparently it's having like a renaissance. Like a bunch of people are playing it.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I had some of my Warhammer friends were playing it, and I was like, wait, people still play? And they're like, yeah, there's like a bunch of people playing. So it must be having its resurgence. It's popping off.
Part of me is like, yo, I'd love to. And then another part of me is like, don't do it. You'll become a salty bastard. Don't yell at your friends, Jesse. You're better than this.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'm like, oh, maybe I should play. That sounds like, nope, not happening.
Let's see. I mean, maybe once. Give it
Maybe
one stream, see how it goes.
As long as, look, I'm here for the carry. If people want to carry me,
yeah,
and I'll just be murky, then yeah, all right, fine.
It's because that'd be that. I don't really get salty in that game because I always take it more casually.
Sure.
League of Legends and stuff. Did I mention the WoW trailer last week?
We might have talked about it. Look, we talk frequently, so it all kind of blends together to me.
Yeah. It's like, to me, that cinematic was very mediocre, and then it just, like, I don't know, it just ended in like a Marvel fashion is how I felt. Like
a very end game. Yeah.
Like we're the Blood Elf Avengers or something. I was like, okay. Like, to me, I wanted some like Lord of the Rings, Two Towers. Like the orcs are attacking, like everything's looking grim. It's like raining and shit. The void's hitting the sun well or whatever, and then they're just like, we will defeat them. We will whatever, right? And then maybe you get like some glimpse of like them fighting or whatever, and then somebody's just like, we must prevail, like something where it builds suspense, and you're like, oh man, I want to join in on that and help. Instead of just like, yeah,
that's what I thought it was going to be too. And people yelled at me. I responded to your video, and I was like, yeah, I think it should have been more. This is the battle is beginning, and it's about to get real heavy for our heroes. And everyone was like, well, that's the end of the expansion, dude. The beginning is not that. The end is when it's going to get really dark. That's midnight. And I'm like, then why call the expansion midnight if the end is the thing?
Because the thing is, like, even when you go back, you watch, like, Wrath of the Lich King cinematic. Like, the Wrath cinematic doesn't have us showing up as the heroes or, like, the people being like, we're going to beat Arthas. Yeah. Like, cool. Like, no, it shows Arthas and he's raising his army and there's zombie dragons flying around and he's just like, yes, come to Northrend. And you're like, holy shit, dude, I got to go to Northrend. Right?
Have
like,
you done like a watch along of all the cinematics lately?
I've only seen the Wrath one lately.
I think you should go back and do that because just thinking about like the flow of them. That first cinematic is sort of like an introduction to the world of Warcraft. It shows you characters in different locales, and it's like, you're going to play this, and it's going to be amazing. And then the next expansion is going and seeing Illidan, and like, oh, wow, you're going to go fight him, and like, you are not prepared for what's going to come. You thought you knew WoW? You don't know WoW. It's about to get crazy. And the next one was like, the Lich King's back, and he summoned a badass dragon. And if you don't know who this guy is, you're about to find out. And the next one was, the world is broken. When you enter and log in for this new expansion, the world will be broken. Like, that's crazy. And then the next one was like, wow, these guys just discovered the mythical island of Pandaria. And look how the panda beat up both the Alliance and the Horde player. Isn't that crazy? Maybe we'll have to take them seriously.
Yeah.
And then, like, every one of them had sort of this cinematic is a theme for the expansion going forward, setting up what this expansion is.
Right.
This one, and again, I also didn't particularly like the last cinematic they made where it was the dragons. It just didn't land for me in any sort of way.
Right.
But I guess that's 2 cinematics ago. The one that, strangely enough, the one that was literally just, I was about to call him Arthas, that's not right, Anduin and Thrall, and they were just like,
oh, yeah.
Shit's coming. Nothing happened in that, and I loved that cinematic. Loved it. It was literally like, yo, it's just two of the main characters sitting there being like, it's about to get bad. Great.
Yeah.
Perfect. To set up a saga, great work. And then, it's weird that this one's kind of like, things are bad. They're already bad. Thankfully, the good guys are here. It's like, no, that should be you. You are the good guy who should come save them in the course of the game. So it's weird. It's weird. I thought it was beautiful, and it's, the music's always great in Blizzard stuff. Just the way they chose to do it was equally as stupid as, you've never played Final Fantasy XIV, so I don't expect you to know this moment, but there's a moment in it where in this past expansion, Dawn Trail, again, 7 out of 10 maybe, there's a moment where there's a song that plays. So like every expansion kind of has its theme song. And in this one, because it's like the happy-go-lucky expansion, it's sort of your vacation arc where you hang out with basically your Luffy character, and everyone's like hyper positive because it's the vacation arc. But as the story twists, because it's Final Fantasy, and there becomes a villain and things start to kick off, there's a moment where you build a bomb on a train to send the train to go explode into this barrier to get in to go like fight the bad guys. And as you do it, friends from around the area that you've met are helping you build this bomb. And the song they use in the background is the theme, which is like, smile because everything is good. And you're like, what the we're building a bomb. This is we're building a bomb, and it's like, everything is great, so be sure to smile. And you're like, what? It's the same like dissonance with this and the Midnight trailer, where it's like, you said this is gonna, Chris Metzen was on stage and he was like, midnight, it's gonna be dark for our heroes. No, it doesn't appear that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's that weird, like, you set us up for something, and then you gave us something insane. And it's the exact same vibe as that video of like you building a bomb and it playing happy music. It makes no sense. I don't understand why the two were put together. Same thing here.
Like, there's also that one part where she's walking and she's like, I'm with the light is with me. I'm with the light. And it reminded me of the Diablo cinematic. Where he's walking and he's like, I am the light, or whatever, right?
Yes. I mean, also very Star Wars Rogue One. The Force is one, and I'm like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm one with the Force. The thing is that I know this isn't their intention, but because I don't imagine they all talk. But at a certain point, I realized Blizzard has like a bad girl fetish.
They do, yeah.
The newest, like the big bad currently in WoW is like evil sexy mom. The big bad in Diablo, evil sexy mom.
Yeah.
The big bad for many of the StarCraft stories, evil sexy mom. Like that is a thing they love, and I don't understand why. And it will happen in waves too. They will be like, we have a character who you thought was a good guy, but is actually evil. Or this person who was evil is actually redeemable now. And it isn't just in one game. Suddenly all the games will do that.
Yeah. I noticed that as well. It's I don't know, and I don't know if it's just the writers doing that or if it's just the theme. I mean, it's kind of like you said as well. You're saying it's like very Star Wars. It almost feels like the writing is taking a turn of just being movie-esque, like Star Wars, Marvel, etc.,
Yes.
instead of just being its own thing, which I think is what people want. Is like, just stop trying to copy other things. Just be yourself. Like,
That's
to me, we were talking on stream. We were like, how cool would it have been if like you could have done that entire cinematic, and then they're like, we're the Blood Elves. We're gonna fight for the light, yeah, and they run at her, and she just kills them all. And
it would have been shocking and awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just like, holy shit, and she's just like, whatever. Like that would have been insane. And like, sure, maybe like later in the expansion, you like can revive them or like do something, but like that's like the type of thing where you're like, holy shit, this is serious. Like I gotta play this.
What they should have done, and this I think is a failing in the fact that Blizzard loves its like money-making characters, and Xalatath or whatever her name is, like the fans love her. Here's the problem I have. That character was a knife. And before that character was a knife, they were a amorphous old god thing.
Yeah.
Some sort of void creature. I'm not even up on the lore, but I've seen enough videos to know that she is currently inhabiting, or you know, whatever Xalatath is currently inhabiting the body of a dead elf, right?
Yes.
So you're telling me that this creature has the ability to hop bodies, and we haven't spent expansions, plural, tracking down this person who can move between. Like, what a threat that would be if you never knew who the villain was. Very similar to like in Baldur's Gate 3 when the one lady could like morph into other people and kill people and you wouldn't know. Same thing here. They could have easily, in this cinematic, had the elves win, right? Kill her and be like, we did it, yeah! And then have her become one of the, like, oh no, she's in Night Elf Society right now and is going to take it down from the inside. And like, oh my God, we got to stop her before that. Like, there's nothing at the end that says, we need to play this right now.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, in the latest patch, you actually team up with Xalatath. Like, you help her out and do stuff. And it got to the point where people are like, yo, I kind of like fighting with Xalatath. Like, people actually want to be on her side.
I saw the outcome of that. I think it was like a novel video or someone. I saw like what happens after that at the end of the big raid moment. And I was like, I see. Which again, seems like there could have been a lot of, the more I think about it now, the more I'm like, she should have just been different people.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Xalatath should have just, you know, at one point, Khadgar shows back up and it's like, I'm here to save you, bitches. It was me all along. Like that. There's so much stuff they could have done.
Yeah. It's
and then and then it would make the Horde, if you could make the Horde and Alliance distrust each other again instead of working together because Xalatath is doing this, like that would be a whole other level of what was going on.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of different things they could have done that feel like they would be better. And they're not doing them.
Yeah, so. I don't. What sucks is that a lot of the stuff I see online are people being like, I hate this new feelsy version of Warcraft where all characters have feeling. I'm like, no, that's just writing a character. That's fine. Yeah. I'm fine with them telling stories that have like depth to them. I get upset when those stories with depth are illogical. I'm like, wait a minute, why are we doing this?
No, yeah, I agree. That's kind of, it's like, it's one thing to have emotions and feelings, like whatever. It's another to do it in a generic, mediocre way.
Yeah. Again, I said I would return if it gets good. So far, everything I'm seeing, I'm like, still seems like the same game to me. But should this expansion become amazing, I'll come back. I'll check it out.
I really like the side quests. I think they've done really good with side
quests.
They've
always been good. Yeah, side quests have always been fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's the kobolds was really good. Like Tuskar was really good. They've had some like really good ones to the point where I'm like, man, if this was the main story, this would have been so good. Well, you know what else has always been great?
Hey! I'm on a healthy meal kick lately, and the real trick isn't just making healthy food, but it's establishing healthy habits. And Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for clean eating and establishing those habits. Green Chef makes it easy to spend less time messing around in the kitchen and more time enjoying everything else. With their new Heat and Eat meals, enjoy a delicious, wholesome meal in just 3 minutes. But if you're one of those people that says, but Jesse, being in the kitchen is the fun for me. It is for me too, y'all. I love cooking with ingredients that I know are fresh and flavorful and, more importantly, easy to handle. Don't get me caught up with like crazy ingredients. With 80 plus dietitian approved weekly menu options, Green Chef makes it easy to find the meal that fits your lifestyle. Like me, I am very particular in what I eat. Mostly I'm a texture guy. We've talked about it on the show before. I need a crunch. I can't do goopy. I can't do wilted. All that stuff, not a fan. Green Chef nails that. Southwest shrimp tacos with corn slaw. Yo, the chipotle lime aioli. It's so good. I love a good taco, and one that I can just make myself on the quick. Mwah. Also, I'm a soup guy. 1 pot creamy chicken and mushroom soup. I love soup. And next week, it's on my menu of things delivered to me. So I'm going to get that again, and I'm very excited.
Oh, yeah.
They even have spicy stir-fried noodles with broccoli. And y'all know I love me some broccoli. The best part is you can adjust and change the order. So if you find a veggie meal you want and you think, I bet this would taste good with chicken, you can just add chicken to that order. Make this summer your healthiest yet with Green Chef. Head to greenchef.com/50COX and use code 50COX to get 50% off your first month, then 20% off for 2 months with free shipping. That's code 50COX at greenchef.com/50COX. It's that time again where we talk about your phone bill. Well, we're cruising into this holiday weekend here in the States at the start of a new month. It's sort of a perfect storm of everything. You want to go hang out and have a barbecue, be with friends. You don't want to think about your bills, especially your phone bill. Yuck. That is why you should make the switch to Mint Mobile. With Mint, you get all the coverage and speed that you're used to, but for way less money. And for a limited time, Mint is offering 3 months of unlimited premium wireless service for $15 a month. No more unexpected fees or jaw-dropping bills. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk text on the nation's largest 5G network. Keep your phone. Keep your number. Bring all your contacts. Mint has you covered. Y'all, there is zero difference between this and your current service. I'm telling you right now, having used it, the only difference I see is that it's cheaper. It's a cheaper bill. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get this new customer offer and your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Crendor.
That's me.
That's mintmobile.com/Crendor. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent of $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may be slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. We're all busy, working, living life, stressing over all sorts of stuff. But if you're like me, and let's say you had a 401k as a teacher, or you invested at some point, and then a global pandemic occurred, and you kind of took your eye off of all that, and now you're like, where did I put that retirement money? Because I'm getting older and I feel like I probably should have some eye on that. And didn't I say I was going to add to that one and then I just didn't? Yeah. If you're like me, you need Monarch Money. Monarch is an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or your phone. If you've been putting off organizing your finances, Monarch has got you covered. It will do all the heavy lifting. Link all your accounts in just minutes. Get clear visuals so you can see that data in chart graph form, smart categorization of your spending, and real control over your money. You're not going to have to touch a spreadsheet ever again. If you're making good money, it's easy to get complacent. If you're struggling, it's easy to get overwhelmed. Monarch is going to help you. You don't need to track every dollar. It will be like, yo, this is what you're spending on. This is what you're doing. Maybe you're missing out on chances you could save more or invest smarter or hit your financial goals faster by saving more. Monarch can help you do that. Named the best budgeting app of 2025 by the Wall Street Journal, Forbes' best app for couples, named CNBC's top fintech companies in the world, and a passionate Reddit community with over 34,000 users is helping shape the product. No more guessing, no more wondering, no more questioning, did I spend the money on that? You have all the information in front of you, and it will really help you make choices. Like for me, it actively helped me determine I have too many damned, whatever streaming services. I'm going to get rid of a bunch of them because I don't watch these. And I did. That's why I have 2 now, and I love it. It's 2 that I use, and I'm happy to have. And the others, you know what? If I miss something, I'll miss something, and it's all right. Don't let control of your finances or any sort of financial opportunity slip through the cracks again. Use code COX, C-O-X, at monarchmoney.com. That's MONARCH money.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code COX. All right, let's go to traffic 7. Let's go to Crendor. How's that traffic out there?
Oh man, traffic, let me tell you, it's bad. People don't know how to do anything, and it's, nothing changes, let me tell you that. They haven't done yeah. Thank you.
I must stress, the Anaheim Convention Center where this Anime Impulse event was at, it's right next to Disney. It's where BlizzCon was, so you know this. That area sucks to drive in.
Oh, yeah.
All the people trying to go to Disney, I feel like when they get on the property, forget how to drive. It is a giant mess. One of the craziest things I've ever seen. Absolute insanity. So, I went through that today. So, I get it. Traffic, baby.
Yeah.
But let's go to weather.
Bakersfield, California.
Bakersfield. Whoa, okay.
Known for its Basque food places like Wool Growers, Benji's, and Pyreni's. We also have 2 legendary old ice cream parlors, Dewar's and Rosemary's. Also, it's the most polluted city in North America. What an honor.
Yeah, Bakersfield is pretty wild. It is it's one of those places where when you drive through it, you constantly see the side of the road on fire.
Oh.
It's like it is hot and muggy and gross, and it's really the last vestiges of civilization before you hit Death Valley. Or if you're driving to Vegas, you might drive through Bakersfield. It's a place, all right. Also, Guy Fieri loves Bakersfield, so there you go.
Oh, look at that. Well, you're right. It is 101 degrees right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Vegas, the last time I drove through there, I was on the side, I was driving through, and we were stuck in traffic, and there was a fire on the side of the road, and I was like, does anyone care about that? No one seems to care about that. Does this happen often? Like, yeah.
Another fire.
Yep.
17% humidity, 29.7 inches of pressure, 10-mile visibility, 9-mile-an-hour winds, 6:28 a.m. sunrise, 7:23 p.m. sunset, dew point 47, and a UV index of 5, with a moon phase of waxing gibbous. 10-day.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 106 tomorrow. 104 Tuesday, 101 Wednesday, 102 Thursday, 100 Friday. Sunny every day. It also starts cooling down into 97, 95, 93, 91, 93.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, thank God.
Big cool off there. It's hot.
I will say, if you want a great example of just Bakersfield in general, give it the old once-over when it comes to food. Most of the one-offs are Mexican places and or like Vietnamese or like a Chinese spot. Everything else, Crackle Barrel, Wendy's, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Habit, Raising Cane's, Black Bear Diner. You'll find it's trucks are driving through here town.
Yeah, I see that.
And there's some places, like the Pyrenees Cafe is pretty famous.
Yeah, there's some like cool looking places here.
Yeah, but that's like a, that's one of the few one-offs. And that place is more really a bar. And honestly, I would be surprised if it wasn't featured in Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. It has that vibe.
Oh yeah, especially if he likes it here.
Yeah, I would imagine there probably is an episode on that. But yeah, it's definitely a we're driving through on a way to somewhere else town.
I mean, I found in all caps Grandma's Tamales restaurant.
I would bet that's good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I would bet most of the Mexican here is probably top notch.
I did see a few burger places as well. There's actually a lot of burger places.
Yeah, and then if you click on them, you're like, yikes.
Yeah,
give them a click and you'll be like, oh, 3.2, cool. There's a lot of that. But what's also crazy is if you were to do like Street View, you'll see houses and little neighborhoods, and then behind them a vast desert of like, if you walked into that, you'd die.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
It's a weird place. Like, I cannot stress this enough. It is a strange place in the middle of nowhere where if they have water there, I certainly haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's looking around. It really is.
Yeah, if you if you go to Google Maps and you look at the layer of like just the town, if you scroll out, it is so like to the south of it are farms. To the north of it are farms, but to the west, mountains, and to the east, literal desert. Literal the hottest place in the entire country.
Yeah, I see that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Cool. Well, that's the weather.
Okay, let's go to sports.
Sports. We've got sports currently in baseball. Beep beep boop beep bop boop bop beep bop boop 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 bop. We've got the Blue Jays in first, the Tigers in first, the Astros in first, the Phillies in first, the Brewers in first, and the Dodgers in first. As we get closer to the playoffs, we're in the final month of baseball coming up here. Then NFL football starting up next week. Gonna be crazy. Packers acquired Micah Parsons from the Cowboys. Very happy about that. The college football games have been happening. Let's see. Who won those? We got schedule.
Who won those?
Who won those? Looks like let's see. I'm trying to see the main games here. There's a lot of college teams. Let's see.
A lot of college teams.
Ohio State beat Texas. That's pretty big. LSU beat Clemson. Those some big teams. Alabama lost to Florida State. That's pretty funny. Let's see. A lot of other anything crazy. Penn State won. Georgia won. Some of these games are just blowouts as well. It's just the classic college. Like Florida playing Long Island University was 55-0. So,
yikes.
Yep. Yeah. And that's sports.
All right. What was our fact of the day?
Fact of the day. Flamingos aren't born pink.
I did know this. This is one of those facts I absolutely did know. I assume because there was a time in my life that I had that, like, remember that magazine that they'd bring to school that were like animal facts or whatever that was?
Yeah.
Whatever that magazine was called, it was in that. And I was like, no way.
Hey, Kids Animal Magazine.
Was it Highlights Magazine? Was that what it's called?
There's zoo books. There's Kids National Geographic. I think Highlights was one of them.
Highlights was definitely one of them, but that might skew too young. I don't know. But the National Geographic one, that sounds accurate.
I remember there was Ranger Rick was one.
Yeah. That is definitely one of them.
Yeah,
also, I could have just learned it using Encarta. When that was the only game, air quotes, that we were allowed to have in schools.
Oh, yeah, that's
on the
true
computers.
too.
And so we'd put in Encarta and we'd take the quiz because we were bored. But our teachers were like, well, they're learning something, I guess.
You know, that does sound like it could have been it.
Yeah, it might have been. But I did know that. Yeah, they come out little like weird gray guys, and then they eat the shrimp, and then they become pink.
Yeah, that is correct. They developed their pinkish hue after starting a diet of brine shrimp and blue-green algae. That's pretty wild.
I love that. Well, I mean, it's the same thing as if we eat a lot of, like, if you become a person who eats a lot of carrots.
Oh, yeah.
Your skin starts to turn a little different color. Yeah.
I think my great uncle ate a lot of carrots to the point where he turned orange.
First off, awesome. Second off, I would love to have met him.
Yeah, that's I think he used to draw he'd draw comics and cartoons and stuff. And I think he got hired for a bit to draw police sketches and shit. They'd be describe the criminal and he'd draw it. Like he was that guy.
Yeah, man, see, this is one of those things. Have you ever seen that show on I think it's PBS where this dude goes around, and it's only celebrities, which, sucks, I guess, because I want that to be me.
Right.
But what they do is they do a history of the celebrity, and they sit them down and they give them a sort of big book, and in it is news clippings and information, letters all about their relatives. And it's as far back as they can go. And you see people insert big celebrity here, do that. And they go back through it and you're like, what the hell? It's called Finding Your Roots is what it's called. And it was on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. I have no idea if that's still the case. But they have all sorts of really fun actors on. And they a great example is Jeff Goldblum was on one. They had Sigourney Weaver on one. If you want to take the time, go look up Larry David discovering his ancestry. Hilarious. It's just, you realize that he is no different than anyone else in his family. Everyone in his family was a curmudgeon. Everyone. It's crazy.
Huh.
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff. I love that sort of. I think they had Lawrence Fishburne on one of them. Or Benedict Cumberbatch was on one. Oh, yes, the Benedict Cumberbatch one, they discovered that he's related to Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, which was crazy. Yeah, and I was like, all right, well, that kind of checks out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's an interesting show. I love shows like that. And so this is, one of those things that I highly recommend, if you can find it.
Huh. Well, there we go.
I don't know what that had to do with the fact of the day.
I don't either, but that's the fact of the day.
All right. Let's go talk to people who are crying with tears in their eyes, who have come to us looking for answers.
We've got some Dear Illustrious Sir questions. Here we go. Starting with... Dun, da, 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 da. Dear Illustrious Sirs, I come to you with tears in my eyes and 10 years on my wrist. In your glorious utopia, build on the shards of angels. What technology can we expect in 10 years?
Oh, man. Can I say, for the record, the other night, I couldn't find anything to listen to online. I didn't want to listen to, my Rain to sleep, so I put on Carl Pilkington talking about the future. And still, it's one of the funniest openings where he's like, everything that needs to be invented has been invented. And it's 2010. And I keep thinking about that because everyone else is just like, you're crazy. He's like, we don't need anything else. If we invent something new, we should get rid of something old. And I'm like, all right, yeah. So I think about that often.
That man's a genius.
In 10 years, here's the problem. I want cool stuff. You think flying cars, you think shoes that tie themselves, you think cool robots and stuff. I know us as a society, and it's going to be stupid. It's not going to be cool. It's going to be we found another way to store our songs. You know what I mean? It's not going to be something revolutionary. It's going to be something consumer-based where, we're not going to get rid of gas cars anytime soon. You know what I mean? It would have to be a dramatic... So that's good. Cars are going to be still the same. And all the laws and all the stuff associated with it, we can't fly anywhere. Yeah. And even though people are trying to show off their cool flying, skateboards or whatever, that's not going to happen in the next 10 years.
Probably a bunch of AI shit.
Yes. It's going to be you know how in Japan you read stories about dudes dating their avatar they met online or whatever? It's going to be a lot of that. It's going to be a lot of guys getting married to their AI girlfriend. That's what I think is going to happen, and I'm depressed about it.
I think it's going the other way now too. There's girls marrying their AI boyfriends.
Honestly, probably the healthiest relationship you're going to get, really. Actually, that's a lie. AI is prone to be like, whatever you say. You're absolutely correct. So, actually, never mind. That's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the technology in 10 years, I would agree. It's going to get worse. I think it's just...
Yeah, we're going to have, like, screens on our toilets.
Yep.
That kind of stuff. Nothing good. Stuff that makes no sense, but they're like, put a screen on it.
Yep. It's... I'm not looking forward to it. Unless maybe someone innovates something insane, but... Yeah.
I'm still waiting for, like a good use for VR. We still have squandered that. We were looking at AR. That could have improved my life. If I had glasses on, my glasses could translate text live to me while... Like, that's what I want. I have glasses. I have to wear these. If it could see something in Spanish or in Chinese and immediately translate it to my eyes, that would be amazing. We don't have that. And if we do have that, I don't have that.
Yeah. So there we go. And then, here we go. Dear Illustrious Sirs, I come to you with tears in my eyes asking, have you heard of the V Showjo drama and what do you think about it?
The V Showjo drama. Oh, I do know the V Showjo drama.
Yeah.
So apparently, oh goodness.
Isn't it like Iron Mouse or something left?
Yes,
taking money
Iron Mouse was involved in charity, and they simply didn't pay the charity. It was a money scandal. Whatever the money scandal was, it was for several $100,000s, maybe $1 million. I don't know. It was a lot of money, and Iron Mouse called them out on it, and they clearly were scamming. And also, other people were like, they're not paying people. So basically, V Showjo just crashed and burned.
Yeah. That's my thing is that sounds like every internet company.
I was absolutely about to say, sounds like we're gonna make her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like we were at Maker Studios. Yeah.
16 years or whatever. Like this is the type of shit that just doesn't surprise me. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of those. There's a lot of shitty ass companies.
Yes, a lot of them. And it's I mean, that's the space. People will, like, you also see that when it comes to agencies trying to represent streamers and YouTubers. They'll hit you up and be like, yes, we have a lot of cool people. And you'll click their profile and it'll be, I've never heard of any of these people. And it's very obvious they're just trying to get as many people as possible so that they can, like, leverage something for something and then they make the money. You know how that is? It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah. I learned that early on with Machinima trying to own me forever.
Dude, I saw this guy post a thing on Twitter that was like, yo, if you remember this, you're a real one. It was just the Machinima logo. And I was about to respond with the meanest, like, oh, I remember Machinima. I remember how they tried to screw everyone out. Like, I was about to go in. I was like, no, I'm not going to. Yeah, I would say to anyone out there who is in this space or wants to be it podcasting or YouTube or streaming, none of those people are your friends. Do not fall for it.
It's one of those things where if you're established already and you like know about stuff and you have like friends and companies and like other things, then it's all right. But be extremely wary and cautious at all times.
Yes.
Yeah. So there we go.
What is our big news story of the day?
Florida man wearing Batman pajamas thwarts burglary, detains suspect before police arrive.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Uh-huh. All right, I'm in.
Florida Batman. A man in Florida proved that not all heroes wear capes after he thwarted a burglary and detained a suspect, all while wearing Batman pajamas, according to the Cape Coral Police Department. Thanks to a quick-thinking neighbor in his Batman pajamas, another burglary suspect was put behind bars. At approximately 2:03 a.m. on Wednesday, police responded to a burglary in progress at a home in southeast Cape Coral, but when they arrived, they found suspect detained by Kyle Myvet, who was dressed in a Batman onesie. Myvet told detectives he had gone to bed when his home security cameras alerted him to someone breaking into his vehicle. So, still sporting the pajamas, went outside to investigate and saw the suspect rummaging through his truck. Moments later, Myvet found the same suspect at his neighbor's garage and detained him until officers arrived. Police said the suspect, identified as 20-year-old Justin Schimple, allegedly broke into my vet's vehicle along with his neighbors and stole multiple items, including 2 pairs of Ray-Bans at $300 each, cash, a woman's wristlet, and more than $500 in gift cards. Schimple allegedly claimed another man was accompanying him in his burglary, but the police said the name of that person changed multiple times and no other suspects were found. Suspect, who police said is known to law enforcement from prior investigations, classic, was charged with 2 counts of burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, 2 counts of petty theft under 750, and 1 count of burglary of an occupied dwelling. It remains unclear whether Schimple, as an attorney, he probably doesn't. For first court appearance is a month from now. Go on a limb there.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Florida Batman saved the day. Really, he saved his own house and his
Yeah, I was
neighbor.
about to say, I don't know, where did the Batman start from? Was there a reason he was Batmaning?
I don't know. I mean, I guess he likes Batman pajamas and he just wears them to bed or something. Maybe he was waiting for this moment.
That's what I'm asking. That's the real story to me. I don't man stops home invasion is whatever. That happens every day.
Right.
That's a thing. The pajamas are what make it important. This is why you have a story. So why didn't anyone ask, hey, what were you doing in those?
Yeah. Why didn't they?
That's what I'm saying. I have questions.
I've also learned that people keep a lot of money in their cars, apparently. Gift cards and I guess sunglasses make sense, but $500 in gift cards?
That seems almost like a Batman level trap.
It does. He laid them out there.
Yeah.
He'll
where he's
want
very
those gift
clearly
cards.
up to something. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's clearly up to something.
Yeah. So maybe this Batman is more the Joker.
Maybe. Dude, that seems like a Joker thing to wear Batman pajamas.
It really does. So, I mean, really, at the end of the day.
And it's
who knows?
Florida.
And it's Florida, yeah. That's the other big giveaway. Yeah, you never know. You never know with Florida men. That's big news story of the day.
All right. That's it for us. Thanks so much for listening or watching or enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit him with the socials.
We've got socials, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast, all one word. That's where you can find all these podcasts. Give your weather request, dear illustrious sirs. Please do so. Also, we're on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. We're all over the place. Also, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor for animations. Also, follow us on our other stuff. There's the Too Old for This and Almost Too Old for This channels. There's YouTube Jesse Cox, YouTube Crendor, Facebook Jesse Cox, Facebook Crendor, Twitch Jesse Cox Crendor, the Instagram Notorious Cox, Instagram Crendor, TikTok Jesse Cox, TikTok Crendor, Facebook Jesse Cox, Facebook Crendor, and pretty much just look us up anywhere and we'll probably find it.
Pretty much just look us up anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're there. You'll find us.
we're there.
All right. That's it. We'll see y'all next time. And as always,
Shake the rhino.
to be continued.